Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler, wild boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust, life on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat and if dirt tracks play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Speeding loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rumble here from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte here this evening for some amazing racing action, as it is the Southern Racing Association's mini stock season finale here this afternoon. These drivers getting ready to be unleashed here on the racetrack after their practice session has come to a close. Drivers are going to start to jump out onto the racetrack here for their qualifying session here this afternoon. So qualifying getting underway early in this one, as quickly we see the snap-on number one ride of Jared Murphy jumping out there onto the racetrack. We do see Ty Dickinson, the Sweet Tea Gang ride there in the 67 machine, looking beautiful out there on the speedway. Here comes that 46 Tracker Boats ride of John Dubois, who's going to hop out there onto the speedway. Here comes the TNT Racing, the Big Daddy Tommy Gun Customs 88 ride of Cody Ernest as well. A lot of great drivers, a lot of fast cats out here on the speedway. Here comes the 720 ride of Jackie Whaley. Whaley looking to have himself a good day here at the speedway. In the J&D Landscaping, the DWR ride, the iRacing iFlex machine of Jackie Whaley, ready to rock and roll is right now Jared Murphy with the quick time here in qualifying. Ty Dickinson currently second fastest out there on the speedway. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as the action is just about to get underway here this afternoon. Back-to-back races here with the SRA, back-to-back amazing feature events where we're going to see these drivers really duke it out, go to battle here at the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte here this afternoon. Ty Dickinson, Sweet Tea himself, coming in with the heart reaction. Joshua Neal coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream as well. How are you, Josh? How are you, Ty? Hopefully you guys are ready for some amazing racing here this afternoon, as this is going to be a ton of fun. This is going to be another great day of racing action here this afternoon, as drivers ready to rock and roll on. Frank's going to jump up to the top of the speed charts here in his qualifying run. Here comes the 12 ride. Thomas Levister looking for a big run here in the VP Racing ride. Looking for a big drive here, maybe trying to advance his position. He does! Up into second for Thomas Levister. A big lap right there for the number 12 ride. We do see the 22 of James Miller out there on the speedway. Currently 6 fastest here in qualifying. James Murphy going to jump up into that 6th spot, move Miller back to position number 7. Now back to 8th as Stephen Farrell is going to jump up into position number 6. Now on the timesheets in the Sim Magic number 129, right? The Sim Magic machine, they're in that 7th spot now as Cody Campbell going to jump up into position number 2, and that's going to bring a close here into our qualifying session. So qualifying coming to a close, and that means we'll get ready here for heat race number 1, and we're looking for 2 drivers to punch their ticket into the A main feature event. So 2 drivers will be lucky enough and good enough here this afternoon to work their way into the show here through this first heat race on the evening. And starting on the pole in the number 10 ride, the old rusted out number 10 machine, that is Lon Franks. To his outside in the 12 ride, that is Thomas Levister. Starting in position number 3 in the TNT Racing Tommy Gun Customs number 88, that is Cody Ernest. To his outside in the 129, it's Stephen Farrell. Starting in position number 5 in the 22, that is James Miller. To his outside in the 661, that is James Frazier. Starting in position number 7 in that DWR WB paint schemes ride, the WB designed machine, the iRacing iFlag ride of Jackie Whaley, starting there in position number 7. To his outside in the pink and white number 19, that is Sean Tenpenny, and bringing up the rear of the field in the 525, that is Jonathan Borgon. As Borgdon there in position number 9, bringing up the rear of the field here. We did have Jordan LaFawn in the session, but LaFawn not joining the field here for qualifying or this heat race, so I'm not sure what's happened there to Mr. LaFawn this evening, but we'll have to wait and see if he joins in on the action. As Papa Michael Dickinson coming in, showing the love with that heart reaction. Scott Speece coming in with that like as well here on the broadcast. How are you, Scott? How are you, Papa Mike? Hopefully you guys are having yourselves a wonderful Thursday afternoon as we're going to get ready to go. Green flag racing next time around is out in front. Lon Franks, Thomas Levister, 1 and 2, looking to punch their tickets into the show here. As top 2 again will transfer through, everybody else will go to our consolation race. As Tim Taylor says, let's rock, boys. Coming in with the heart reaction as well. How are you, Timmy? Mr. Toolman, the Taylor, coming in, showing the love here in this one. As Stephen Campbell says, I will be back next week. I'm on vacation. Stephen, brother, unfortunately, this is the series finale. There's not a whole lot of racing going on next week, unfortunately, as Lon Franks sees that green flag flying. Lon Franks quickly onto the loud pedal here in that number 10 machine, looking to try to run away with this first heat race. Is right there down low, looking for position number 2. Here comes Cody Ernest. Ernest trying to work that inside lane, trying to find something underneath of Thomas Levister, but here comes the 22 of James Miller. Miller there on the outside, currently in that 4th position on the outside, looking at a little contact there. Ernest just coming up over the nose of the 22, almost goes around. A great piece of driving to be able to keep that car pointed in the right direction. As Ernest now slides back to position number 4, and there's a few drivers that are looking for some more, as here comes that 661 ride. They're going to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. The 129 of Farrell down low, Ernest through the middle, Frazier up on the top shelf as they battle back here for position number 4. It's exactly what our top 2 and even our top 3 want to see, as Lon Franks trying to run away with this one. Thomas Levister right there with them in position number 2. A bit of a gap back to our 3rd place driver, the 22 of James Miller. Miller sees them battling tough back here behind him, as now Frazier looks to jump in to that 4th position all by his lonesome, as Cody Ernest battling back underneath of the 720 right now of Jackie Whaley, as Whaley's jumped up into that fight for a top 5 here on the speedway. Stephen Farrell slides back to 7th as Sean Tenpenny and Jonathan there in the 525 ride, bringing up the rear of the field here in heat race at number 1. As Lon Franks, though, out in front, continuing to put on a show here in this one. Franks at the front of the field, looking very, very good, looking very strong here in this one. But Steven, my boy, Mr. Campbell, or anyone that's in here watching right now, if you guys are interested in getting in on a different series, we got a super late model series that's going to get kicked off next Thursday here on PeaceMaker Gaming. I'm going to drop the Discord there into the comment section if you guys want to jump in and be in on the action here with the super late models next Thursday. This is your opportunity right now. I'll drop that Discord link in there for everyone to join in on the fun here on PeaceMaker Gaming. As Lon Franks is going to see that checkered flag this time out at quarter number 4. Franks will pick up heat race win number 1. James Frazier going to come home in position number 2 here. As Thomas Levister going to go around. He's going to finish in that 3rd spot. So just on the outside looking in here is Franks and Frazier. Both going to punch their tickets into the A main feature event. Everybody else is going to go to our consolation races here this afternoon. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go. Heat race number 2 is about to get underway. Starting on the pole in the number 1 ride is that number 1 machine, the Henderson Motorsports ride of Cody Campbell. To his outside in the 1 machine, that is Jared Murphy. Down on the inside of row number 2 in the 99 is the Dirt Vision TNT racing machine of Tim the Two-Man Taylor. To his outside in the 65, that is the Whiskey River machine of James Murphy. And starting on the inside of row number 3 in that 5th position is the Papa Mike Promotions Sweet Tea Gang PeaceMaker Racing Team number 67 of Ty Dickinson. To his outside in the 75, that is Dominic Burr-Hewitt, and then we see Derek Pope, Brandon Bolin, and bringing up the rear of the field in the 46 is the Bass Pro Shops ride of John Dubois. So 9 more drivers, 2 more transfer spots here in heat race number 2. As we're going to get these drivers ready to rock and roll, they're going to get ready to go to battle again here in this one. Stephen Campbell says, let's get it, Cody. Cheered on Mr. Cody Campbell out there on the speedway as my boy Albert Anderson, Mr. Albert, coming in, dropping that thumbs up here on the broadcast, showing the big love here in this one. As Justin Young says, happy Thirsty Thursday. Yes, Stursky. Tyler Brickford says, someone gotta rip the top. We might see that. We might see that a little later on, I think. I think as this track kind of gets packed down and it gets a little slicker there through the middle and bottom side, I think that top shelf is going to come in for certain. As out in front, Cody Campbell going to see that green flag fly. He quickly puts the pedal to the metal, jumps out in front of Jared Murphy, looking to try to run away here with this one. James Murphy there in 3rd, and then we see Tim Taylor back there in position number 4, but working down low on that 65 right, and single file here at the front of the field, the pair of ones at the front here on lap number 1 of heat race number 2. Cody Campbell, Jared Murphy, 1 and 2 here on the speedways. The Murphys start to work their way towards the front of the field. Here comes that snap-on ride of Jared Murphy, looking down low on Cody Campbell. James Murphy trying to get hooked up here on the outside lane, trying to rip that top shelf, looking for that extra little bit of grip, that extra little bit of traffic in the bank runs down the straightaways here for that 65 ride. Unfortunately, hasn't had anywhere to go with it as of yet. As Dominic Burr-Hewitt, Tim Taylor battle door-to-door for position number 4 here on the speedway. We do see Derek Pope, John Dubois, Brandon Bolin, and Ty Dickinson bringing up the rear of the field as Bolin and Dickinson run into some troubles here. Right out of the get-go, off our initial start. Bolin back here in that 37. Looks like he's going to get a piece of the 67 ride right there. Just a little nudge. Both drivers going to get looped around right there, up onto the tires. They both go down into the infield. They keep on rocking and rolling. Unfortunately, that puts them both at the rear of the field here in this heat race. Is at the front of the field in that number 1 ride. It's Cody Campbell. Campbell looking to try to continue to open up that gap between himself and Jared Murphy. Murphy back there in position number 2, trying to hold off his cousin here. That's James Murphy right there behind him in that Whiskey River number 65. As again, only 2 drivers, our top 2 here this evening, will work themselves into the show. Only 2 drivers will work themselves into the competition. And let's go, Papa Mike! Papa Mike coming in with the big flex, the big D of the day. Papa Mike coming in with the 530-star donation coming in, setting it off here in this one. We're going to have to pin that message as Papa Mike coming in, big flexing here this afternoon. Absolutely insane. I appreciate that, Papa Mike, as we are going to see the checker flag this time as Cody Campbell will pick up heat race win number 2 on the evening. Jared Murphy there in that second and final transfer spot here through our heat races will punch his ticket straight up through to the A main, meaning that James Murphy, Dominic Burr-Hewitt, Tim Taylor, Derek Pope, John Dubois, Brandon Bolin, and Ty Dickinson will all be going to our consolation race here this afternoon. Looks like 15 drivers possibly going to get loaded in here for this one, and only 12 drivers are going to make it through that feature event. So unfortunately, 3 drivers will be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here this afternoon after this consolation race. So there's a lot on the line here. You do not want to be one of those few drivers that has to load up your ride and join the fans in the stands here. Load up your ride and watch this feature event from the grandstands here, as you want to be in this show. You want to punch your ticket. You want to be a part of this top 12 to jump into the action here this afternoon. Is starting on the pole in the number 12 machine. That is Thomas Levister. To his outside in the 65 ride, that is James Murphy. Starting in position number 3 in the 22, it's James Miller. To his outside in the 75, that's Dominic Burr-Hewitt. Starting in position number 5 in the iRacing iFlag DWR ride, that is Jackie Whaley. To his outside in the 99, it's Tim Taylor. Starting in position number 7, another TNT racing machine there, that is Cody Ernest. He's going to have Derek Pope in the 41 to his outside. The 129 is Stephen Farrell, and John Dubois is going to round out our top 10. And then we see the number 19, Sean Tenpenny, and Brandon Bolin going to be starting in that very important 12th position, as only our top 12 will transfer through. And then we see the number 525 ride of Jonathan Bogdan there in position number 13. Ty Dickinson to his outside there in 14th, as Jordan LaFont again not making the call here for this one. So 14 drivers, 12 transfer spots up for grabs here this afternoon. Who will be the 12 drivers to punch their ticket in to our A main feature event? We're about to find out as the green flag quickly back out into the air here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Thomas Levister down low, gonna send it in there deep. He's gonna come out at corner number 2 with our race lead as contact. Around goes John Dubois. Dubois turned around the tracker boats and ATV's ride, parked down low here on the bottom side of the speedway. He's going to get rocking and rolling here after contact between him and the number 37 of Brandon Bolin. Bolin, unfortunately, going to get into the back end of him here. Take a look and see right about there is the contact, and that's just going to hook that 46 right around. He goes for a loop-de-loop, and that will move him, unfortunately, all the way back into that 14th position. As he's trying to get rocking and rolling here, we do see Brandon Bolin is going to take his car down pit side, so a tough break there for that 37 ride, and tough break for the 46 as he's getting closer and closer to the front of the pack. Here is James Murphy, only a couple car lengths back here, putting that 46 ride a lap down here in this one. That means James Murphy out in front, leading this consolation race with Thomas Levister hanging on to position number 2. But here comes James Murphy working down, or James Miller working down to his inside here for that second position. Jackie Whaley right there behind him. The 720 ride rolls there in 4th with Tim Taylor there in position number 5. Dominic Burr-Hewitt, Cody Ernest, Derek Pope, Stephen Farrell, and Ty Dickinson. Our top 10 here on the speedway is Sean Tenpenny there in 11th, and Jonathan Bogdan there in position number 12. Unfortunately for everyone else back here outside the top 12, they are not going to make it into the show as the checker flag this time out at corner number 4. The 65 of James Murphy will see that checker flag fly. He'll be the first driver here in this consolation race to work himself into the show. Miller, Levister, Whaley, Taylor, Pope, Ernest Farrell, Ty Dickinson, Sean Tenpenny, Jonathan Porgon, and Dominic Burr-Hewitt will all punch their ticket into the show, meaning that Dubois and Bolin unfortunately will not make the show here this afternoon, as we'll get them locked, stocked, and loaded here in this one. Top 16 drivers on the afternoon. We'll get ready for our main feature event as my boy Josh Blakely, Josh coming in, setting it off as well with the 500-star dono coming in, setting it off here in this one. I appreciate it, brother, coming in, showing the big love here this afternoon, dropping the 500 stars and says, let's go Ty. Cheered on the Sweet Tea Gang, ride the Papa Mike promotion machine of Ty Dickinson out there on the speedway. Carson Cherry says pedals are broke, won't be racing for a while. Oh, Carson, my boy, that is an absolute heartbreaker, brother. That is a heartbreaker right there. Hopefully you can get your pedals fixed up or a new set here as quickly as possible. Get you back out there on the racetrack, as that is a tough one right there. Blakely coming in as well with a like on the stream. Plainford cheats with that thumbs up. John Schmidt coming in with that heart reaction. Carson Cherry coming in with the heart reaction here on the broadcast as well. As we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose. Our championship night here for the SRA Mini Stocks, the Southern Racing Association Mini Stocks here this afternoon, getting ready to go to battle here in this one. We have 40 laps of racing action to be had this afternoon, as 40 laps on the docket. Who will find their way into victory lane? Is my boy Justin James Young coming in with the 10-star dono as well, coming in showing the love here this afternoon. Says good job Ty, cheered on Ty here this afternoon. I appreciate that. I appreciate the 10-star dono, as well as Justin also says over there on Facebook, says, oh yeah bud, good timing, go Ty. Compared to saying stop Ty, which is silly. Of course every car is going to go, so better yet, go faster Ty and pass all of the cars. Yes Sirski, Justin, that's exactly what Ty needs to do here in this one, as we're gonna get ready for our season finale. Lon Franks, Cody Campbell on the front row, James Frazier, Jared Murphy there in row number 2, and then we see our B main winner James Murphy, James Miller there in row number 3, as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation. We are quickly green flag racing here from the dirt track in Charlotte, our final main feature event here with the Mini Stocks in the SRA series here this afternoon. Lon Franks quickly going to jump out in front, open up a bit of a lead here as he leads lap number 1, but back there behind him, some contact. Look out, James Frazier and Jared Murphy coming together. We're 2-3 wide. A couple drivers coming together deeper in the field. Unfortunately here for Dominic Burr-Hewitt down through the infield in that 75 ride. Thomas Levister running into issues as well in that number 12. Sean Tenpenny there in that 14th spot, as we do see that caution flag fly, our first yellow flag of the evening. I do believe everyone in the field is going to be happy to see that, except for Lon Franks, as he was out in front by almost 1.5 seconds early in this one, and that number 10 ride is showing that he's got some speed. He is absolutely hooked up right now. He may be the car to beat, as we'll take a look back here and see what happens. Some contact deeper in the field, contact at the front as well. Really got things started. We're going to see a few drivers come together. It's actually Jared Murphy getting in there and a few other drivers getting tied together, and I'm not sure. Play this back here. Let's take a look. Looks like Tim Taylor going to end up getting a piece right here of the 12 ride. Now, I'm assuming the 12 ride getting onto the binder, seeing that contact between a few of the drivers at the front of the field. Unfortunately, Tim Taylor not being able to react quick enough, gets a piece of that 12 ride. Look at Ty Dickinson right in the middle of that. He gets some pretty good front end damage. The 75 going to get some rear end damage there as well, as here comes the 19 going to smash right into him. Sean Tenpenny going to get into that 75. 25 right. That's going to help him go around, and that's what will bring out our first caution flag of the evening. A tough break right there for Dominic Hewitt. A tough break for a few of our contenders, getting some early damage here in this feature event as the SRA, the Southern Racing Association, coming in with that share here on the broadcast as well. Mama Bear coming in, showing the love, says let's go Ty. Cheering on Ty Dickinson out there on the speedway as we get him stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here in this one. Out of corner number 4. The green flag back out into the air for the 10 ride of Lon Franks. Franks quickly back onto the loud pedal, looking to try to open up that race lead that he had before. Cody Ernest up the racetrack. Is there 2, 3, 4 wide back here throughout the field. More beat and bang, and look out, Ty Dickinson in the thick of things here once again. And we will see that caution flag come back out as a few drivers getting together there down the back straightaway and into corner number 3, and another caution flag here on the speedway. Let's play it back. Let's take a look. Taking a look at the 41 right here, Derek Pope. Pope kind of bent out of shape. The 88 right there as well, but they're 3, almost 4 wide here off of corner number 4, and I think that's really what gets things started here. Take a look at the 129 ride, the Ford Performance Machine. Everyone kind of just coming together, and looks like the 41, 129, a little neck code, but a little contact there up and over the nose of that 41 right. Going to tag Ty Dickinson. That spins Ty around here, so he goes for a loop-de-loop and up into the outside fence. The 29 right turned around. The 19 gonna slide in there. Heavy contact there with that 129 machine. Everyone else just trying to survive and stay out of it. Ty Dickinson able to just get through there. A little bit more front end contact there with the 19 ride, but these mini stocks, they can take a beating. So only one driver down pit side, and that is Stephen Farrell. So Farrell has taken his machine down pit side. A tough break there for the 129 machine as he's looking to get some repairs and some service done to it. The crew is going to work, and hopefully we'll get that ride back out onto the racetrack. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys are just tuning in and you haven't already, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button on the broadcast and drop a couple comments. They're absolutely free to do and help the stream out a ton and can help reach more and more people, especially over there on YouTube and Facebook, and really pump up that algorithm and put the streams in front of more and more amazing viewers to be able to tune in and watch these drivers do what they do best. As Lon Franks out in front, we'll see another green flag fly as Franks, another good restart, quickly opening up a car length gap between himself and James Frazier and James Murphy, as it's all James here inside the top 4. Lon Franks is the lone man out as Franks out in front, but it's James Frazier, James Murphy, and James Miller. They're in the 4th position. Here comes Cody Campbell. Why don't we get another James in here or something? Let's get a few more James up in the front of the field to really make that tougher for me. As Cody Campbell there in that 5th position. Jared Murphy there in 6th. Here comes Jackie Whaley, Thomas Levister, Cody Ernest, Tim Taylor, our top 10 here on the Speedway. Jonathan Borgon there in position number 10 now, as awesome contact and around goes that number 12. The 12 machine of Thomas Levister going to go around. No caution flag right there. Let's take a look and see what happens. He was battling hard here with Jackie Whaley. Had the 99 of Tim Taylor, the 88 right there as well behind him, and little contact right there. Cody Ernest, unfortunately, there's nowhere to go. The 525 right, getting a big piece of him right there as well, and unfortunately there for Thomas Levister. Down down in at the rear of the field now, bringing up the back of the pack is Sean Tenpenny has taken his ride down pit side. Stephen Farrell down pit road as well. So 2 drivers on pit lane here. As out in front, we're going to see a pass for the race lead. James Frazier down low will jump out in front and take this race lead away from Lon Franks. Franks slides back now to position number 2, and he's under attack as here comes James Murphy. Murphy working to his back bumper as James Miller and Cody Campbell battling door to door there for position number 4 on the racetrack. So So we do see the 22 ride roll in that middle lane, not giving a whole lot of room up there on the high side for that one ride of Cody Campbell. And now we're going to see that 22 clear that one machine down the back straightaway and into corner number 3. Here comes the other one ride as Jared Murphy there in position number 6 and looking to keep on working himself back towards the front of the field. Jackie Whaley there in 7 with Cody Ernest, Tim Taylor, and Ty Dickinson. Our top 10 here on the speedways. The Sweet Tea Gang, Papa Mike Promotions ride rolling here in position number 10. Unfortunately, seeing that gap between himself and our 9th place driver continue to grow a little bit more and a little bit more. But the heat is on here towards the front of the field. 2-3 wide. Here is Cody Campbell down low. Jared Murphy going to work the outside lane now and try to slide into position number 5. And Jackie Willie going to try to follow him right on through and work themselves around that number 1 of Cody Campbell. As out in front only by inches here, it is James Frazier continuing to lead the way. Frazier at the front of the field, but the number 10, Alon Franks, looking back down low on him here. Can Franks find his way back to the race leader? Can Frazier hang on to it? Or do we see James Murphy pick up another big checkered flag here in the Southern Racing Association Mini Stock Series? This 65 ride always so fast is a slide jump here at the front of the field. A big slider right there in the long Franks, but a great crossover out of our race leader, James Frazier. Frazier will pay him back, but some contact right there. Almost goes around our race leader. Now Franks into the outside fence, and here comes Murphy. James Murphy now to the front of the field as he was right there in the right place at the right time. And he jumps up and takes this race lead away. So James Murphy down the back straightaway jumps out in front. He gets a 2-for-1 as Franks and Frazier come together there out at corner number 2. And unfortunately for Lon, Franks couldn't even make it stick as he goes up the racetrack and into the outside fence. And unfortunately, maybe a little damage here on that 10 ride, but he's trying to reel back into the back bumper here of the 65. Our race leader, the Whiskey River number 65 ride of James Murphy, who's out in front. James Miller there in position number 3 as Frazier slides back to that 4th position. Jared Murphy now into position number 5 as Cody Campbell there in 6th. Jackie Whaley back in 7th. Here comes Cody Ernest there in 8th. Tim Taylor in position number 9 with Dominic Hewitt rounding out our top 10. Ty Dickinson, Jonathan Borgon, and Thomas Levister. Our top 3 here on the speedway is Derek Pope now taking his ride down pit road. Same with Sean Tenpenny and Stephen Farrell still down pit side. So it's a 13-car race here on the speedway. As out in front, James Miller continuing to lead the way. As Tyler Brankford says, insane sequence. That was a very insane sequence out there on the speedway. A lot to unfold there through corner 2 and down the back straightaway, and it plays out perfectly here for the 65 of James Miller as he was right there ready to pounce and made his move to jump up and take this race lead away. Now trying to hang on to it and keep all these other drivers back there at bay. As Lon Franks in 2nd, here's James Miller there in position number 3. James Frazier there in position number 4, and then Jared Murphy rounding out our top 5 as a pair of 1s here in that 5th and 6th position as Cody Campbell trying to work himself up inside the top 5 here once again as Campbell early in this race kind of slid back here to that 5th, 6th, 7th position. He's been fighting here for that spot ever since and hasn't really been able to regain himself and drive himself back up inside the top 2 on the speedway. It's Jared Murphy, Cody Campbell door to door here on the racetrack. Jackie Whaley back there in 7th. Ernest there in 8th. Tim Taylor and Dominic Hewitt round out our top 10 with Borgon now into position number 11. Ty Dickinson there in 12th, and then a little farther back you see that number 12 ride of Thomas Levister bringing up the field here of active drivers on the racetrack. He's the last driver on the league lap and the last driver out there on the speedway that's not down pit side. It's out in front, a lot of beating and banging and battling here between these drivers, but things have settled down a little bit here through this middle portion of the race. James Murphy out in front being chased down by Lon Franks and James Miller out there on the speedway. James Frazier there in 4th. Jared Murphy trying to hang on to position number 5 as he goes door to door with the other one ride of Cody Campbell. as these drivers down across the line. We'll see 15 more laps left to go. We're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crank up that volume and cheer on your favorite driver as we crank it up here on PeaceMaker. Racing right here on the racetrack. Give it up for all these drivers. A beautiful crank it up session and some great fights out there on the racetrack, because you can throw a blanket over these 5 drivers battling out there on the speedway, door to door, inches off of each other here for that the 4th position, 5th position on the racetrack is out in front. James Murphy starting to run away with this one. Almost a second gap between himself and Lon Franks, as Franks out here in position number 2 is able to hang on to it after some beating and banging there with James Miller. Now Miller gonna have to try to hold off the hard charging number 661 as James Frazier there in position number 4, and we're going to see a late race caution flag. A late race caution flag here in this one. It was that battle 5 cars here a little bit deeper in the field, all battling for a top 5 run. And I do believe we're going to see a couple drivers get collected here in this one. Tim Taylor may have been one of them. There it is right there. Taylor goes around, nowhere to go for Cody Campbell as he drives into the side of him right there. But it's the one machine of Jared Murphy who's going to come in here. He's going to make some contact right here with this 99 right there. There's that contact, unfortunately, into the wrong spot. The back bumper through the middle of the corner spins the 66 ride of Tim the Toolman Taylor around. Nowhere to go for Jackie Whaley. He gets some damage and contact into that one, and nowhere to go for the 1 ride of Cody Campbell as the 99 and all of a sudden ended up on his front bumper there. Really nothing he could do except for drive right on through him there. Some heavy contact. Let's jump on board here with Cody Campbell. Get a great look here and see what he can see here. Is down into corner number 1, looking for a big run, looking to jump back into this fight. That all of a sudden there goes that 99, and right in front of him, nothing he could do, and unfortunate contact there between those competitors as we'll get them all stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. James Murphy did not want to see that caution flag, as that's going to bring all these competitors right back to his rear bumper here in this one. As my boy Bubba, Kev, and Timmy coming in, showing the love with that like on the stream. How are you, Kev? Kev coming in, showing the big love with that heart reaction here on the broadcast, coming in, smashing that like button as Brianna cheering on Frazier out there on the speedway. Jackson Johnstone says, great racing up front. Yes, Sirski, some great racing up there. Ty says, my lord, he says. Ty's been working his butt off trying to get through the field here in this one as Grant cheering on Miller out there and Frazier on the racetrack as we see the green flag come back out as a late race restart here at the dirt track in Charlotte. A great jump right there for Mr. Franks. Lon Franks down low with 5 laps left to go. He's going to go for the slide jump here over the 65 of Murphy. Murphy trying to hang on to the race lead. He's going to work down low. Here comes Miller. Miller's going to set it in there even deeper than the 65. 3 cars, now 5 cars battling here at the front of the field for the race lead late in this one. 4 laps left to go, and we're going to see a caution flag, and we're going to have to get them lined up and ready to do it all over again. Now, I'm not even sure who's going to be scored as our race leader here, as Mumbo Bear says, come on, Lon Franks, cheered on Mr. Franks there on the speedway. We'll have to wait and see who iRacing gives this race lead to. There's only a few laps left to go, and we'll have to get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to do it all over again. Another late race restart as it looks like Thomas Levister and a couple of drivers back here are going to come together. It looks like Levister and Tenpenny potentially making some contact. Ty Dickinson right there to the outside. Nowhere to go for Ty Dickinson. Ty's been a magnet here all evening long. Unfortunately, every one of these wrecks has been kind of right in his door frame, and unfortunately there's really nowhere for him to go. Ty in that 67 right up on the outside just gets squeezed up there as the 19 washes up the racetrack into the 12 ride. They both go up into the outside fence, and unfortunately Ty Dickinson was already there. Ty was already there, just really had nowhere to go here, so it's another tough break for Ty Dickinson. Let's see if we can quickly jump on board here with that Sweet Tea Gang Pump Mike Promotions PeaceMaker Racing Team number 67 of Ty Dickinson as Ty just gets squeezed up here on the high side. Just nothing for him to do here. Rolling the outside lane, looking for a good run, and all of a sudden that door closed in a quick hurry and put him up into the outside fence. As we got him stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing, it did give James Miller the race lead here. So Miller will restart out in front. James Murphy there in second. Lon Franks in position number 3 is James Frazier, Cody Ernest, Jackie Whaley, Cody Campbell, Dominic Burhewitt, Jonathan Bordon, and Tim Taylor round out our top 10 here on the Speedway. But it's James Miller, James Murphy, 1 and 2 on the Speedway, getting ready for a big restart. And Miller getting a great launch and a great restart there. I'm not sure what was going on with James Murphy, but Murphy did not get a great restart here. And here comes Lon Franks. Franks again, another big slide jump over the 65 run. The 65 of Murphy down low. He's going to slide back down around him, but another opportunity here for a slide jump out of Franks into corner number 3 and 4. They're going to go door to door down across the line here, and that's exactly what the 22 of James Miller wants to see. Miller wants to see them duke it out back here for position number 2. It's Franks and Murphy battle there for second. He's able to open up this race lead. Half a second now between himself and our second place driver on the racetrack as the white flag has been displayed one more time around here for James Miller, as Miller looking to pick up the checkered flag. Here comes Lon Franks in position number 2, looking to make some moves. Gonna jump down low, protect that slide jump lane away from that 65 of Murphy's out at corner number 4. It's James Miller picking up the checkered flag here this afternoon in our season finale with the mini stocks in the SRA, the Southern Racing Association. Here this afternoon, James Miller will pick up the final checkered flag of the mini stock season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for James Miller picking up the win here this afternoon is Lon Franks in second and James Murphy going to come home in position number 3. James Frazier in 4th with Cody Ernest there in position number 5. Jackie Whaley, Cody Campbell, Dominic Burhewitt, Jonathan Bordon, and Tim Taylor rounding out our top 10 with Jared Murphy, Thomas Levister, Ty Dickinson, Stephen Farrell, Derek Pope, and Sean Tenpenny bringing up the rear of the field. But it's all James Miller here in this one. It's what a run, what a race. Brianna Maddox coming in says, woo, Miller coming in, cheering on Miller. Miller after a big win right there. Ty Dickinson and Mama Bear coming in, showing the love there. DeLon Franks coming on with a solid second place run. As Ty says, usually I'm a chick magnet, now I'm a car magnet. I don't know about that one, brother. I think you've always been a car magnet out there on the racetrack. I don't know about the chicks too much here this afternoon, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt as we'll get ready to pull our race winner up here into the broadcast booth. Man, that was a heck of a run, a heck of a drive here this afternoon for Mr. Miller as he picks up a big win here in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, don't be too upset. This isn't the final race of the evening. We're going to have another one come up here in just a little bit as Anthony Garf, my boy Anthony, coming in with that like as well here on the broadcast, coming in showing the big love here this afternoon, dropping that like on the stream. Nathan Corcoran Racing coming in with that thumbs up on the broadcast as well, coming in showing the love as we're going to pull this 22 up into the broadcast booth for his post-race interviews here this afternoon. Let's get him up here into the booth after such a great run, great drive, and a great performance there, putting this 22 up and into victory lane. We'll have to wait for these drivers to jump into the interview waiting channel, as right now we don't have any of the drivers in here, so we're gonna have to wait and see if we can get them into the booth here for some post-race interviews. Still waiting as of right now, nothing as of yet, but man, what a run, what a race, what a drive there for the 22, man. That second restart before the end of this race was the opportunity for him to strike, as him and James Murphy both went for big slide jumps over that number. Miller needs Discord. He doesn't have the Discord. Okay, we can get that. We can get that. Let me grab the Discord. I'll throw it right into the Facebook stream here for you, Brian, and he can jump in here and grab it and then join the Discord that way. It'll be the quickest way for me to find him on here. We can throw him there, get him into the Discord here for the Southern Racing Association here this afternoon. After, man, what a run, what a drive, man. That was some great racing here for our first race of the afternoon, man. It's going to be a ton of fun to watch these drivers continue to duke it out race after race after race here this afternoon, man. It's going to be a ton of fun to watch these guys battle here throughout the evening, because we're not done yet. We still got the 358 modifieds coming up here in just a little bit, so the racing isn't over, as Kara Billy DeBoer, Mr. DeBoer coming in, showing the love here in this one. How are you, Billy? Billy coming in, smashing that thumbs up here on the broadcast. How are you, Billy? We miss you, boys. Hopefully we can get the Montana iRacing League back up and going again here this winter and get you guys in here for some more amazing racing coming up here in the future. As man, oh man, oh man, that was some great racing, and that late race restart was wild. 100% it was, Tyler. It was pretty wild, man. We'll have to maybe go back and take a look at it here. We're waiting for Miller and all these other drivers to jump into the Discord here. They just gotta jump into the interview waiting channel there on the Discord. So hopefully we can get him to jump in there and jump into the action here this afternoon and get him into the fun. Brianna, if he doesn't have Facebook, I can shoot you the Discord link over on YouTube as well. And if anyone else is interested in joining the SRA family, the Southern Racing Association, here this afternoon, jump into that Discord link, jump into the fun, and jump into some of these races. I know they're taking a bit of a break here for a little while, so we do have another series that's going to be getting started next Thursday. Going to be getting started here on PeaceMaker Gaming. I do believe it's a 10-race series, and we're going to be running the super late models here on the afternoon. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of great racing, and we're going to see some big names, some big drivers in that series getting ready to duke it out and go to battle night after night here on Thursday afternoons for the next couple months, which is going to be a lot of fun. And we got some more big series that are going to be starting up here over the next few weeks. I know about 4 weeks from now, a month from now, we're going to be getting started with a huge series, the Q West series, which is a Quebec series where we're going to see a ton of in real life 358 modified drivers, sportsman drivers, even some big block modified drivers that you guys probably see running the big block races and stuff in real life and on Dirt Vision and a lot of those other channels here. that race in real life. So we're going to have a ton of real life drivers, Felix Roy, a bunch of other fast cats that are all going to be a part of that Q West big block series coming up here in just a few more months. And trust me, that is going to be a absolutely wild show, man. We got a ton of great drivers in there, man. We're got a ton of great dirt car competitors, including some of the officials like Mr. Dean Reynolds, who will be in there. Jax Young will be in it, man. We got so many great talented drivers that are going to be a part of that one, man. A lot of good cats that are in real life drivers for for the dirt series and everything else, for the 350 modifieds, for the big blocks and everything. So that's going to be an absolutely amazing series. Still waiting to see if we get one of these drivers in here. We still haven't had one hop in, so I can't even interview our oh, there we go. We finally got James Miller in here. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for our race winner here in this one, James Miller, picking up the checkered flag. Let's get James up here into the broadcast booth. Hey, James, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear.
James, man, a great run and a great race here for you in this one. We saw you battling up through the top 5. Slowly but surely, you work yourself up into that 3rd position, and then you go to work on the back bumper of that number 10 ride of Lon Franks, trying to figure out a way to get around him. You got a couple good runs, a little bit of beating and banging, a little bit of fun out there, and then that second last restart. Some big moves, some big slide jumps, and down across the line, you were able to take that race lead away as the next caution flag comes out. So you get the restart here on that final restart as our race leader, and you're able to hold these guys off with a great restart and pick up the checkered flag here this evening in the Southern Racing Association Mini Stock Series finale.
Yeah, I just tried to hold them off there and keep them behind me. I knew there towards the end, if I could ever get up front, I feel like I had the better car, and I just nailed that restart and took her home.
Absolutely, man. A great restart and a great drive here from you. And absolutely, it seemed like you were definitely quite a bit faster. You were working all over the back bumper there. Lon Franks trying to get around him to try to go after James Murphy here for the race lead. And unfortunately, you just couldn't quite find the groove you needed or the run you wanted there for being able to throw that slide job and trying to get around Lon Franks here this afternoon. But you were able to time it right there on that one restart with Lon Franks and James Murphy as you guys all start throwing some big bombs, some big slide jumps out there. And luckily enough, you were scored out in front, and being to have that race lead for that final restart, take us through, some of your emotions going through that final restart here, knowing that you had a lot of fast drivers back there behind you, and that any moment in time they might be able to throw one of those big slide jumps or anything else. How did you expect the rest of this race to go after you took that race lead?
And I wasn't expecting that big slide job to even stick. I was figuring I might pass one if I got lucky, but I just kept seeing it in my mirror. I just kept on hammering it to it, and that caution come out, and I don't think if it was for that caution, I probably wouldn't have won it. But I looked up and found a lobby that Carl Kilgore or Jamie Massey or one of them wasn't in, so I was able to slip one in there.
Yeah, absolutely. They're definitely a couple of fast cats trying to beat a lot of nights. Doesn't matter whether it's mini stocks, street stocks, or late models, sprint cars, anything else, man. They find a way to get to the front of the field. They're always tough cookies to beat out there on the speedway. And you had a few more tough drivers here this afternoon, but you were able to get that run, get that drive, and put yourself up here into victory lane here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. James, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this afternoon?
Well, I didn't have nothing even to drive this weekend, so I got to thank my buddy James Frazier. He built me a damn machine and let me drive it. And if y'all need any wraps done, go over and check him out. Frazier Graphics and Designs. He'll build you something pretty good. And my old lady, she was over hollering and hooting whenever I threw that slide job.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, brother. I'm glad to hear that she enjoyed watching out there on the racetrack and beating and banging and battling. And congratulations on picking up the win here in this one. Hopefully, we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth to finish off the evening, as we still got the small block modifieds coming up next here. So hopefully, we'll see you in there in that server and ready to beat and bang and battle again for another win.
I guess we'll go over and try it out. Thank y'all.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, James Miller. As Miller picks up the checkered flag, he parks the 22 ride up here in victory lane. Man, what a run, what a drive right there. Unfortunately, no post-race interviews. We don't see Lon Franks or James Murphy in here for their post-race interviews, so we're going to skip them here this afternoon. We're going to call this one a little bit early, a little bit sooner here, but we are going to be back in action probably in about an hour from now. Not even an hour from now. We're going to be back live here from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte. The crew is going to go to work. They're going to pull out the 358 modifieds. They're going to load up their mini stocks, and the track crew is going to go to work. They're going to refresh this track, give these guys a brand new racing surface to run here for our second race of the evening. So we are going to end the stream now at this point, and then we're going to be back in about that hour time, and we're going to be putting on another great show for you guys up here, man. Another great race, and we're going to see even more contenders, more drivers hopping in here and going to battle and duking it out, trying to earn themselves one of the 16 positions for this A main feature event, where we may have 10 drivers going home early. We may have 20 drivers going home early here this afternoon for that 358 modified race here at 9:15. So make sure you guys tune into that one. If you haven't already, turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming, and I will see you guys all back here in just a little bit. But thank y'all for tuning in so far on the evening. Everyone coming in with the love here, the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the star senders, Papa Mike, Justin Young, my boy Josh Blakely, all coming in, showing the big love here in this one. I appreciate you guys to the moon and back here, and we can't wait to see you guys back out here for race number 2 on the evening in just a little bit. But peace out for now, and I'll see y'all back in here in just a little bit.
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas, light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler while boys' laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortune's late. Sounds heartbeating if dirt tracks play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Speeding loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds moves just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, wait on the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn and burn fortunes laid. Sounds heartbeat in a dirt track's blade.